Day 3. Figured I'd give you guys a little bit of video of kind of what this long-term racing deal looks like when you're not on the road for 3 days, but out in the elements for 3 days. So it's like, I don't know, probably 11:30 or so, Saturday morning, day 3. Like we said last night, we gotta try to make the show tonight, so unfortunately we gotta try to race our way in. We're not locked in yet, but yeah, we all slept pretty good last night. Thank God for fucking campers and air conditioners and all that. Wake up in the morning, people make breakfast and get it eaten in and kind of get your shit together, and here we are, you know, get this thing pulled up out of the box and start the maintenance program again. We got a little bit of tire work to do today. Luckily Dad doesn't have to run the valves today or anything like that, but still got some maintenance work to do. And it's kind of crazy how, like, you get to about noon in these events and you start seeing trailer doors open and all that, but they got her packed in the pits. Maybe we'll give you a little tour later to show you how full this place is. It's pretty crazy. There's a lot of campers and stuff here, but we're gonna get after it. Just wanted to say good morning to you.
Here we are, day 3 at the track. Everybody's doing something, hard at work, trying to get ready for this evening. Hopefully make that show. I don't know what DJ was doing. Brandon's fixing up some body panels. Bob's over there working on some tire work. Got to cut grooves and grind them and all kind of work that gets done to these nice brand new tires. It seems crazy to be cutting and stuff on them, but rolling onto the track for B main on the last chance. They will only be taking 2 cars, the top 2 finishers, to the main show tonight. So see how it goes.
sweating our asses off. We did our job. We won that B main and got our way locked into the show. 75 laps tonight. So first wood tick we ever come to, made the show. There's some hitters here. So you know, it feels pretty damn good to be in this show. Never ran a 75 lap feature before. Longest I've run is 40. But we got a lot of laps around here this weekend, so we'll be starting deep. Game plan is really just to kind of try to stay on the lead lap and just, you know, stay out of trouble and see if we can't be there at the end. Maybe crack a top 10 out of this thing. You know, that would be, I'd be pretty happy about that. Damn happy to be in the show. Honestly, feels like quite the weight lifted off my shoulders. I made some mistakes kind of this weekend and yesterday, really, just in the feature, not being aggressive enough, and you know, it got us in this position. So kind of put ourselves in a hole in the features. We didn't put ourselves in a hole early tonight. We qualified good all week. We heat raced good all week, you know, but just couldn't complete a feature the way we needed to, and that's what got us in this position. But started third in a B main, won the thing. It was hammer down. So car was a little warm after the feature, but we'll go through it. We'll get it all prepped up, and maybe we'll take you on the front stretch with us for driver introductions, because that should be pretty neat. But unfortunate, you know, Matthew was up there with us too, and you know, kind of had a game plan. We're gonna go 1-2, it didn't matter who, and try to get both cars in the show, and he ended up getting up off the high side and putting it in the wall. So unfortunate, hate to see that for him, and even Rich. You know, we all kind of parked up here together and hung out all weekend, so bummer for them guys. But hey, we're in a show. Try to make the best of this thing. Like I said, if we can't crack that top 10, be pretty damn happy with that. There's, like I said, there's some pretty heavy hitters here, so we'll see what happens, but maybe we'll see you guys in the front stretch. Driver intro night, so it's pretty cool to be a part of, seeing all these guys lined up. So we will get that going for you and see how she goes. So sorry. The guy announcing. right, well, in a true fitting feature fashion at Merritt, we just have not been able to put a feature together to save our lives this weekend. We were rolling. We started 17th in this thing, you know, after winning that B main. We knew we were going to start deep, so we started 17th. Track fucked up. They put, like, I don't know, a whole water truck too much water on it. I think they were supposed to spritz it and somebody missed the memo. So we spent probably 30 minutes rolling their track in for them. Got it packed in pretty decent, and I mean, it changed the whole dynamic, because in the mod feature before us, it was blowing off kind of like we expected it to, and it just turned into a hammer down track there. Like I said, we started off 17th. We were doing decent on the bottom. I mean, just trying to get around there, made a little bit of headway. I saw an opening because it was rough on the bottom. It'd been like that all weekend. So I saw an opening, finally got up to the top to see what it would do, and man, it was rolling up there. We were just put her up on the cushion and let it eat, and we made it up to 10th or 11th. I mean, we had ran the lead pack, I'm gonna call it, down, at least the top 10. There was a gaggle of cars there, and I kept looking down at the water temp because I was using it pretty hard. I was hoping for a caution, you know, just to kind of cool the car down a little bit, because I knew we couldn't run 75 laps like that. So we didn't get a caution. The guy that was in front of me, he peeled down to, you know, block or work on a guy below him, and so that opened up the top side for potentially 2 cars to pass, and I shot the outside, and he decided that he was going to start coming up. Well, I had a hell of a run on him, and I'm tired of getting fucking driven like that, so I just gave him the old chrome horn, and it didn't work out so well for me. I think I jacked him up. I think his bumper rode up, and it ended up, he basically like stopped in front of me, and it just put me off the backstretch and down into the wall. I thought it was a lot worse than it appears to be, at least initially speaking. But we ended up getting put on the hook. It was 220 degrees anyway at that point, and you know, live to fight another day, hopefully. So I mean, we had a fast hot rod. I mean, I think we would have been interested to see how this thing would have shook out if we would have been able to put all 75 together, because it was rolling. It was comfortable to drive. It was rolling up there. So it goes, man. You're gonna have more of these nights before you get to one of those big check Santa and Victory Circle nights. So, you know, talk about it more tomorrow, I suppose. Gonna get this thing cleaned up, loaded up, and get the hell out of this state. All right, well, finally back to the shop. We left the track last night. We were actually a little bit concerned about some rain that was gonna be rolling in overnight and into the morning. So we ended up leaving the track last night, and we drove for about an hour and then found a Michigan rest stop, which is, it was actually pretty nice. We slept pretty good there. So it was about 4 in the morning. We pulled in and popped the slide out of the camper and set up shop, and caught a couple hours of sleep, and then finished the drive home this morning. So I think we got back to the shop probably around noon, and then everybody just kind of dispersed and took a nap. Took a long afternoon nap. It was nice. But we're back at it now. It's 8 o'clock, and finally got the car unloaded. We'll walk around it. So I mean, after watching some of the tape, I was just too aggressive too soon. Lap 20, 22 or something like that. I just stuck my nose into a place where I probably shouldn't have. So it happens. The line of aggression is, you're either on one side of it and too much, and you're on the other side of it and not enough. So I experienced both sides of the line this weekend. But luckily, the quick survey, it doesn't look like anything major's hurt. Mostly just body stuff, and you know, we'll have to obviously check the suspension and things like that. But we don't see anything that's bad. So I just, you know, got the filler pushed in, got the T-bar pushed in, creased the fender in. This is probably the most part of the damage. Knocked the upper fender in, and then around the back here, it was pushed the quarter panel in. The wall bent the bumper when I hit that. Most of this damage is all done by the wall. So not terrible. I mean, all things considered, we raced for 3 days, and really, I mean, we came back with four really good tires, 4 really good 30s. I kind of assumed that once we bought them this week, that was basically pissed away $1,000, but it worked out to where the track was kind of tacky and fast, and we really didn't hurt much tires, and stuff we had from last year actually worked really well. So all in all, a pretty good weekend. We learned some things and found some speed, and really qualified great and heat raced great, and just kind of struggled to put a full feature together. But we, you know, with the caliber of guys that we had in that 75 lap deal, I mean, we were rolling pretty good to make it up as far as we did in 20 laps on a track like that. It was hammer down. So, and I'm not particularly good at cushion tracks or, you know, having to hustle the top side like that. But I feel like we put on a pretty good effort. So massive thanks to Brandon. He busted his ass all week. Really helped us find some speed and get the car dialed in. You know, he was scratching his head, and I mean, we both had to learn. You know, I had to kind of change some of the shit that I was doing in the car, and he had to make the car a little bit better. It was a track that we had only seen one other time, and so, and the last time we seen it, it was ironic because we ended up running that 60 lap feature around the hub. I mean, it was dry, slick, and took a little bit of rubber, and you know, this time it was hammered down and up on the cushion, and you know, so not even a comparable track to the last time we were there. But I mean, I'll tell you what, you know, he worked on it all weekend, and really the whole crew, Dad and Mom helped. I mean, they obviously brought the camper up, and Chelsea helped take care of Rogue a little bit. And so, I mean, it was a real team effort. Dad ground tires most all weekend, and I mean, it takes a whole group to make something like that happen. That's a long weekend and a lot of work and a lot of effort, and you know, it's not a one person operation. You know, and also it was cool. I mean, you know, Rich and Chris saved us a spot, and we were able to get parked there and had a cool little community built. So you know, Chris actually helped too. Thanks to Chris for doing the hot pit four-wheeler for us. That way Brandon was able to just be on our four-wheeler, and you know, whatever we needed, if anything last minute, we could do. So really a true team effort, group effort. It was fun. Big special thanks to you know, the Slay family for putting on that race and paying out the kind of money that they did. And you know, it's nice when promoters and people that put on events walk around and thank you for coming. You know, that makes you feel valued. Merritt Speedway did all right. I mean, the track's pretty cool. They probably got a little bit of work to do on some organizational stuff, but most of the staff was pretty friendly, and you know, even a few record drivers, and you know, they were cool and helped us out a little bit. So, you know, at the end of the day, I mean, big event. You know, that event's getting a little bit bigger every year, and they don't, you know, when you're not really planning for that, you don't have the staff and the resources for that. You know, of course, it's going to be a bit of a shit show sometimes. So hats off to everybody that was involved. I mean, it could have been a lot worse. You know, hopefully everybody kind of learns something about next year, and we'll see if we end up making it back up there. But definitely big thanks to, you know, like Thursday night, Thurlby Automotive put that deal on. Big thanks to them. It was cool to see some of the touring guys there, Unsinger and Moran. That helps the tracks. It helps events like that. And it just makes the sport better, I think. You gotta race against them guys if you want to be good. So when they show up and you gotta race against them, you know, I mean, shit, the heat race we had on Friday was pretty stacked up, you know, with Van Warmer and Bell and a couple of them guys up there. So, you know, that's good. I kind of welcome that stuff. If you're gonna make the feature and you want to finish well, you're gonna have to race them anyway. So to me, it's beneficial for everybody. So yeah, all in all, trip to Merritt for the wood tick, our first wood tick weekend. We put the thing in the show. That's the biggest paying show we've ever made. It was pretty cool. Any thoughts, mister, on the weekend?
Glad to be home. Hopefully some stuff that we figured out translates to other tracks, and see how stuff shakes out next weekend.
How about you, Chelsea? You got any thoughts on the weekend?
I'm ready for bed.
You were just sleeping. She was just sleeping. It was weird. I think some people need like 38 hours of sleep in a 24-hour day. They need to sleep for 3 days, and then they're up for one full day. So, all right. Well, we'll get off here and quit ranting. But again, big thanks to everybody that helped. Big thanks to the sponsors, Aquatech, Robertson EDM, CCR. And don't forget, if you ain't done it yet, please like, share, subscribe, comment. We appreciate everybody.